Welcome back to another episode of the Bubba Project. This is episode 2, and I'm your host, Bubba, and as with me always, I have my co-host, Cassie.
Welcome back.
Why don't you fill us in on what we're going to talk about today?
Okay, today we'll be talking about the new Twitter rage, #JustATampon.
Nice.
The two-mom brawl at Beech Grove Walmart. A snake and a hawk caused a fire in North County, and the real-life Shawshank redemption in New York.
Those all sound like very interesting topics, and I can't wait to get started on those.
Yeah, so why don't you start us off with the tampon story?
Okay. Well, I guess it started about 2 days ago, and I was on Twitter trying to figure it out, learn it and everything, and I noticed a bunch of pictures with a trending topic saying #JustATampon. There's a bunch of people, men and women, with pictures of tampons, and I was just like, what is this? So, of course, being curious, I had to click on it and find out more about it. And what I found out was it's like a movement, I guess, that is trying to show men that that periods pretty much aren't gross. Like, it's trying to show them, I don't know exactly how to word it.
That it's a natural thing. It shouldn't be shunned or not talked about. Which I think is really cool. It's not going to create any, negative feelings when you say period or when you say tampon to somebody, and the women that have to hide it in the grocery stores, and the men who don't want to buy it for their women, to take away that negative and just to have it, it's a natural thing. It's something that women go through. It is, saying that she is fertile and that she is young, and it's not something gross, which is super cool in my eyes.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those guys that really gets like ew or anything like that. I'm just one of those guys that I don't care to know about it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be flaunted or anything. But I definitely know people out there that they almost treat it like the adult cooties, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ew, this is gross, something's wrong with her, at least for a week of this month, like, stay away. And it's just not, I don't see it like that, and I like that they're bringing it up, because, I mean, I don't think that it is a problem, and I think it's a hilarious way to make it aware. Mm-hmm. It's something that I think is really cool, and it, not only do I think it's a good way to make awareness, but it's also just, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Women don't have to feel gross for a natural thing their body does. Men definitely do not feel gross that they, fart all the time.
No, that's a natural thing, Cassie. That's something on a completely different scale.
And not that, girls don't fart, but...
What?
Yeah, it's new. You didn't know
My
that?
fiance doesn't.
Not yet.
Until she got pregnant, and then now all the time.
Oh my gosh.
RIP.
It must be the dog.
It is the dog.
Probably. But yeah, women don't have to feel gross, and they're bringing it out there in such a cool way. And there's all these trends.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, definitely.
#JustATampon?
Yeah, take a picture with a tampon and
a tampon? A tampon?
A tampon in a hilarious way and post it to Twitter like all these other people are doing.
What's your way that you want to take the pose?
I haven't thought about it yet.
Well, I've seen people hanging it off their ear. I've seen women putting it like kind of on their chest, right underneath their neck. Mm-hmm. I've seen just people just holding it up. I feel like you would have to top it by doing something extremely funny, by taking 4, sticking 2 in your nose and 2 in your ears. I just came up with that off the top of my head.
Yeah, or like putting some color dye on it.
No, I think that's taking it a little too far.
Break the internet.
Like blue color dye. Yeah,
blue or green. Maybe red.
Red's okay.
Yeah,
not my favorite.
It doesn't really have like relevance.
Yeah, not my favorite color.
But yeah, I think it's good. And I think we should take a picture. That'd be cool.
That would be actually very awesome. We will do that directly after this. The only problem is I don't have any tampons in my pocket.
I don't have tampons either.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that then.
Yeah.
But look for it on our Twitter at the Bubba Project.
Just a not tampon.
Yeah, imagine this tampon. We could do a Snapchat and draw a tampon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, there we go. We're onto something here.
Yes.
What do we got next?
Well, speaking of crazy women, Walmart in Beech Grove, Indiana, last Thursday, I think it was, there was these two women that got into a pretty significant fight. They basically, what these people were saying that were there was this woman driving around in an electric cart, and she was talking to an employee, and it got heated. She ended up calling her the N-word multiple times.
Not cool.
Not cool at all. And another person that was shopping there decided to stick up for the employee, and basically that's how it started. She came into it. This woman got off the cart, and they started throwing hits. I think the worst part is, if you watch the video, we'll post a link to it. One
at
of
the
them,
Bubba Project.
Yes. The woman that was in the electric cart had her 6-year-old son with her, and she encouraged him to jump in on the fight. And she went as far as to say, hit her in the effing face. And it's just wrong. You have a child on the way. I have a 6-year-old son.
You're telling me you wouldn't tell Noah to go and hit a hoe in the face?
No, definitely not. And I mean that nowhere in the video at all was there Walmart security. There's people in the background saying, "Oh, they were called. Where's the security?" And they were nowhere to be found. And it's just disgusting.
I think that the whole scenario, unfortunately, brings bad publicity to Walmart, which I enjoy Walmart, 1, because the cheap prices, 2, because I am a people watcher.
Yeah.
That's like my go-to. Like, if I'm bored, all I have to do is be able to watch people in their actions. Mm-hmm. And you definitely see a lot of different types of people at Walmart.
Yes, you do. The mayor of Beech Grove actually came out and put, what is that called? When he comes out. Publicly speaking on the topic. How about that? That works. His name's Dennis Buckley. And he said, "I think it's disgusting, and it sure sheds a poor light on Walmart, and I'm pretty disappointed in them." I guess he went on to say that there is...
Why would he be disappointed in Walmart, though? It's not just... It's... I guess that sentence is incomplete. It should be, "I'm disappointed in Walmart customers."
That's true, but their lack of trying to fix the situation, and with this Walmart in particular, has had a lot of problems. From February 2014 to December 2014, the cops were called out to this Walmart 789 times. Jeez. And from January of this year to now, they've been called out 486 times. And from February last year to now, there has been 472 arrests. So that just shows the amount of, I don't know.
Maybe they need to hire security or something. Like, I don't know. Instead of having door greeters saying hi there, you need to have people there just walking around. But I guess that probably also wouldn't be good for business for the people who are normal customers that aren't going to cause a problem. But it seems pretty odd to me that this many fights is happening. Theft is going to happen. Any store is going to happen. So, that, I'm not going to say you can eliminate that, but you can definitely eliminate the hostility at least.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a burden. It's a burden on the police department there, because if they're getting called out multiple times a week, they can be doing something a lot more productive when Walmart could have better security and, not let these kind of people into their store and be able to tell right away, like, this person's causing an issue, we're going to kick them out now before it escalates. I
definitely agree with that. And back to the fight, I watched the fight, and it's funny because I guarantee you the only reason why the lady called in her son to do it is because, to me, it looked like she was getting her butt whooped. Yeah, she was on the bottom almost the whole entire time. And she's like, "Timmy, hit her in the face! Hit her in the face, Timmy!"
Oh. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, if you're winning or losing, you should never bring your child
Oh,
into
no.
that kind
I'm
of
not
situation.
saying it's good at all. How about you don't get into a fight when you have a 6-year-old child? Or to make that even better, how about you just don't get into a fight?
Oh, look at there. That's a thought.
Yeah, I mean... I'm one to... I watch this gladly because I love watching fights, but I'm also one of those people that I don't really enjoy being in fights. It's just...
Yeah, I've never been in a fight. I don't know.
Oh, that's lucky you. All I'm going to say is luckily I've never lost, but I don't want to know what it is. That's what it's like. Feels like to lose, so therefore I choose not to. I haven't been in a fight since, I don't know, middle school. No, I got in one fight in high school. And actually, I guess technically I might have lost because the guy rocked me. He hit me in the jaw so hard that I blacked out for a split second, but before I hit the ground, I came to it, and then I just remember seeing red. No, I think that was just I was born that way, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for apologizing.
Okay, so in another heated situation, the fire in North County that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, a hawk and a snake, you said?
A hawk and a snake caused it. So basically...
So pretty much they were smoking pot out in the back of school or something like that. Is that how it goes?
No, the hawk was just flying around trying to eat some lunch.
Oh, really?
He picked
what
up
was
the
he having
snake.
for lunch? Oh, snake?
Yeah,
oh,
so
man.
the snake was in his talons, and they ran into a wire, and they immediately caught fire and fell to the ground, killing them both. And
was it instant? Was it at least a quick death?
Let's hope so.
Okay.
And it started a brush fire. It lasted a few hours, from what I read. There was no evacuations, no injuries, so that's always good. And the firemen got it out, but yeah, it's crazy.
That's so funny. I remember one time growing up on the street around the corner from me, there was a crow that actually. You see birds all the time on telephone poles. Yeah. Well, one random time, a crow, and then just fell on the ground, and it was there for all the time. Kids around the neighborhood would gather around and be like, "So here's the story: this crow got electrocuted."
So when does that happen? Do you know how those work? Like, why is it sometimes?
Well, seeing as I'm an electrician, which I'm not, but I'm learning about it a little bit at work. What I work with, I learn a little bit about almost everything, how everything functions. So right now I'm kind of getting a little bit into electricity. And the reason why telephone wires, from my understanding, why birds normally don't get shocked is because they need to have a ground, something that connects them to the ground. Mm-hmm. Which this doesn't make sense to me why the snake and the bird caught fire. So it would have to be like a tree branch touching them while they're touching the wire, and it grounds. But then again, like I said, I'm not an electrician, but I believe something has to ground them to make it actually happen.
That sounds about right. Maybe we'll have to do some research on that so we don't sound so ignorant. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so have you ever started a fire?
I have never started a fire. Oh wait, I take that back. I think one time when I was a kid, I was in an attic type area. I was very young. I don't.
You were an addict? What? When you were a kid?
In a attic.
Oh, in an attic.
Yes.
Do we have attics in? Oh yeah, we do. Everyone has an attic.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of a basement.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But yeah, there just me and some kids in somebody else's house playing with fire, and like lighting insulation on fire. So that could have got really bad, but luckily the adults in the household smelt the smoke and then took care of us accordingly.
I have too many stories with fire as a child.
Seriously?
Yeah, too many. The one that I remember that was the youngest was, I have no idea where I got this idea from, but I went to a kid. I was probably my brother wasn't even born, so I was under 7 years old. I want to say I was 5. Oh. And I went to the kid, and the girl had to go inside, and I ran over to their house because I didn't want her to leave for some reason. And I have no idea, but out of the blue, I was like, "Hey, do you have matches?"
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was like my first run-in with negativity and fire. And they walked me up to my house, and I didn't realize I was in trouble at this point. But they told my mom that I was asking for matches. And my mom was like, "What?" Because I actually I actually know someone who set the canyon on fire around that age, and he was my next door neighbor, and he was a couple years older. Oh. So she was like, "Oh, do you want to end up like that?" And she took a piece of paper, put it in like a bowl or a Tupperware or something like that. She set it on fire. She grabbed my hand and waved it over the fire to show me that it was hot. She didn't like burn me and stick my hand in the fire or anything like that. But she was like, see, hot? See, that's not good. Because I'm also like a 5-year-old kid. So
yeah.
Like I said, I still don't know what I was asking. What the hell was I thinking asking that?
Yeah. Do you have any